Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke. We have got a lot to get to today. It was a very, very scrumptious weekend. Many things. Many things going on. We have got a flurry of football commitments to talk about. We're going to get to that in just a second. We're going to talk about Section 7. We are going to talk about misinformation from another fan base and a funny video that actually made me understand why they are actually like this that I had not even thought about. But we are going to lead with Arizona football. Now, listen. When Brent Brennan took over, a lot of people were like, oh, he's not getting any commitments. He's not doing anything. Does this staff know what they're doing? Well, yesterday was a very, very good day. And not only was yesterday a very, very good day for Arizona, it's good when ASU fans are pretending that the player that they lost in Dajon Hinton wasn't really good, when in actuality, you can go back and you can look at their posts from about a month previously and talking about how they loved his potential, everything about him. Big time player. Listen, he's got he has committable offers from Oregon, Washington, Tennessee, Arizona. Arizona flipped him from ASU. We're going to get all the other guys in a second. But Scheer, we knew this was going to come for about 72 to 96 hours. Very good news.
Yeah, and just to add to your original point, there could be 3 commitments more today. Right. It could be another one of those days. But Hinton was an interesting one. Yeah, we found out he was visiting last week. We didn't put it out there because ASU has a policy where they drop kids supposedly if they take visits. Hinton was committed, I think, by Saturday morning, right? Like They knew that he was coming. It's whatever. It's we didn't want him anyway, right? Those are the vibes that ASU fans are giving off, and Arizona fans do it. Every fan base does it, but it's always funny that the spin comes after a guy leaves because when the guy is there,
really want him,
right? If Hinton was at ASU, they certainly wouldn't be saying these things about him. And yeah, he's good. I mean, that's it. There's a ton of reasons why Arizona should have taken him. ASU obviously wanted him. Dillingham was obviously very excited about him, and this is a big pickup. And anytime you could flip a player from your in-state rival, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and he is actually good. We're going to talk about a bunch more commits. Let's talk now about Swade Griffin, maybe the best name in the entire class. He does need to play with blue sneakers, though. I think we can agree on that. Blue suede shoes.
Look at you.
Funny. But Cedric Griffin's son played for Dwayne Aquina, was a NFL player at Texas for him. That was a very, very nice one as well. Texas Tech commit, nice little flip as well, Jason Scheer.
Yeah, I mean, look, his dad played in the NFL, right? His dad was a beast at Texas, coached by Dwayne Aquina. Someone said it on the side. Robert said it. That he was surprised Hinton committed to ASU. I was surprised Hinton committed to ASU. I think that was I don't want to say pressure situation, but maybe needed a spot and all that. I think Griffin was probably similar. Right. He only committed to Texas Tech a few weeks ago.
Right.
Then Aquina coached his dad. His dad was pumped. Like if you looked at his dad's Twitter, he's pretty excited. I like Griffin. He's not the highest rated guy, but we've talked about this, Mike. You look at offer lists. That's what we do. And ASU offered, Minnesota offered, Texas Tech offered. This is a guy that had other offers, and obviously if Dwayne Aquina prioritizes you, who might argue with Dwayne Aquina?
Especially being an old white guy, who are you to argue with Dwayne Aquina, Jason Scheer?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, now, what's
am I the old white? Am I the old white guy? Or
no, we're both old white guys at this point. Yeah. We're just especially too because we hang out with the young Jacob Franklin, so we feel very old around the young Jacob Franklin. But now let's talk about some other guys. Notice a Texas theme, my friends, a Texas theme. Alan Gant out of Lubbock, Texas, as well. Another kid. Texas Tech offer, TCU offer, Houston offer, Georgia Tech offer. Dwayne Aquina likes him a great deal. Nationally, top 900 kid. I will take him as well. Sign me up for 2.
I got a text when he committed from a staff member. They love him. I mean, they love this kid. They think he's a beast. They beat TCU, Texas Tech, and others. And I think that's also important to know, too. Like, they're beating Big 12 schools already. Right. They're going into Texas and beating teams and programs that have already established themselves in Texas. Like they're and Gant was coming off a TCU visit. He's from Texas. Last week he took a TCU visit. TCU felt good about him. Comes to Arizona, commits on the spot. They like him a lot.
Yes, and what I also very much like about this is when I look at these other kids' offers, we're going to get to another one in just a second, but when I, Big 12 Bobby, your favorite coach is in the house. Wi-Fi is unstable like ASU verbal commitments, but I'm here. That is funny, very funny. But what I like about this, though, again, is that these guys have other real offers. We don't have to spin anything. I can just tell you who they have committable offers to. And, you know, the crummiest thing about Rich Rod was the guy was a great coach. And it's like, dude, another one that you beat out like UT Arlington for, or Texas Corpus Christi, or schools like that. These are actual top 25 schools that you're beating out. Very, very happy about all of this. And there is more to come. Now, let's talk about another one with some very, very nice offers to them. Now, Scheer, you have the juice on this one. I am very curious about these offers, but let's talk about this with Sion Tohi.
I just asked Sione Tohi. I actually just texted Biggins if there's something I should know. Those offers, I mean, look, I don't know if the Alabama.
Is this 24/7 silliness? Because I'm looking at his offer list right now. Interior offensive lineman from modern day. It says that he has an Alabama, an Auburn, and an LSU offer. Is this true, Jason Scheer?
I mean, who am I to judge?
Who are you to assume? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, his LSU offer came like a month ago or so. I asked Biggins. Hopefully, I'll have an answer by the end of this show. I don't really care, to be honest with you. You know, he's
good either way.
Yeah, he's good. I'm telling everyone he chose Arizona over Alabama and LSU. I think that's only fair. We should remind people of that. I don't know why he's lower rated. A lot of times that happens if there's an injury or something like that. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
You get to the bottom of this. Yes, a very large man, though. It's 6'3", 310. And keep in mind, too, Arizona, that's the next order of business. As the next order of business is you need to be able to get beef on the lines. Oh, Glenn is in here. Glenn was saying, when are your commitments coming? Glenn, I told you your answers were right here as well. By the way, Dajon Hinton.
I got it. So he doesn't post offers, really. Okay. This is according to an article. Arizona offered him under Fish when he was a freshman.
Okay.
He started as a freshman on modern day as a left guard.
All right, but that's not answering my question. Is the Alabama are these legitimate offers?
I mean, they've come through the years, but yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, either way, we will take it. Now, I do have we need to clear up some misconceptions around here on something. How about with Dajon Hinton, Jason Scheer? He is not a safety. He will be playing cornerback. He is rated as a cornerback. He will be playing cornerback, Jason Scheer.
Yeah, I'd assume he's. I mean, they recruit. A lot of times they recruit their defensive backs as defensive backs. Like they don't say you're strictly a corner. So they'll come to campus, but I don't think Hinton's going to wind up a safety or anything like that. I would assume he'll play corner. That's kind of his natural position.
Yes, exactly. That's his natural position, and that's where he is ranked at as well. So we will go with that one. We will continue to talk about that as such. Now, let's look at some other ones here. So you got 11 commitments now, and so you Kellen Ford's the highest rated one, 23rd rated tight end in the entire country. We need to talk about Robert McDaniel though for a minute. We need to get back to him. He is a very good quarterback. He showed out very, very well at some passing tournament or whatever. And Scheer, he might even be bumped up to a 4-star. We like that.
Yeah, sorry. I was getting my Sione background story.
Well, all right. Well, tell us now. This is live.
Belief is that not all 30 offers are committable.
Right.
Obviously, at this point, he's close with Peter Lange. There were some great issues at one point, but Biggins says he's really good. Biggins likes him. It's that he's probably
We very, very much like, we will be getting to Will Riley. Trust me on this one. With Robert McDaniel, though, very, very good player. He's obviously showed out as well. That also is getting in a quarterback that you know is good, or at least some passing league, aka Elite 11. That is very, very funny. But with Robert McDaniel, I think the thing that's really, really cool about him, too, is that we've talked about it before. I don't know outside of Noah that any quarterback on this team is actually good. Listen, like with Brayden Dorman, would love for him to be good. I just have not seen it. Kid from NAU, would love for him to be good. There's a lot of those dudes. This kid, is good.
Yeah, I mean, look, Robert McDaniel. I mean, I think you need to put it in perspective too. These other guys that were going to Elite 11, they knew that they were going to Elite 11 for quite a while. Robert McDaniel takes a phone call like the night before and is like, "Hey, can you get up here?" Right. And then he goes to Elite 11. He needs a day to warm up, but he was killing it in some of those. I mean, really good. Definitely is going to challenge for a 4-star. Yeah, I mean, he's like you mentioned. Everyone questions why you get a quarterback. We don't know if Brayden's good. We don't know if DeMonte's good. Tenenbaum's not going to play a D1 game, right? Like. So what do? You have to add quarterbacks. If Noah goes down, the worst case scenario, if Noah goes down, you have to say to yourself, is there a guy that can win games for me? And then when Noah leaves, step in and be my starter. And on the roster right now, there's not. There really just isn't. Next year, with Luke Halgo and Robert McDaniel, you feel a lot better than you do this upcoming year.
Yeah,
that's what might be situations. If Noah gets hurt this season, is there a guy that can run the offense effectively?
Yes, that's where it kind of is right now. So we're going to keep you up to date, but we got to talk about it.
We have a commitment.
All right, talk about it. We're
breaking on air. Caleb Jones finally announced his commitment.
Caleb Jones, we announced his commitment a week ago, but Caleb Jones decided that he wanted to announce it now, Jason Scheer.
Yeah, and during our show, obviously.
Right. Tannenbaum is the Siddiqui Johnson of the football team. That's not a terrible comparison. Although we like Cole Tannenbaum a great deal. He's just not somebody that you want to see out there on the football field. Now let's talk about Eric. What's that?
Siddiqui Johnson. I like that one.
No, that's a very good one. But you know what? We would expect that from the great Brad Rich. Men with 2 first names generally get it. So is Siddiqui Johnson still locked up? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Interesting.
That just proves his toughness, though.
No, that just proves his toughness. He needed to be very, very tough.
People talk about,
right. That's that is a foul comparison. That is very, very funny. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about who could be next. Then here's what I also need. I need Arizona. Here's where I'm basically at. I don't need this to be a situation where Arizona's bringing top 25 recruiting classes. That would be very nice. I would not object to the top 25. Here's where I'm at, though. I need Brennan to just basically be able to get top 35 recruiting classes. Then it's on him to be able to coach him up. He's done it at San Jose State. I have no reason to believe that he can't do that here when he's back in the A. Top 35 classes, that's all I need, Jason Scheer. That's all I need. I don't ask for much.
In the day of it, by the way, Biggins just said that Hinton will challenge for a 4-star.
Senior
year. He wrote it too. He wrote it on 24/7. If he has a senior year, we expect he will trend up in the rankings.
Oh, very, very nice.
Corner for Arizona. Right. So anyway, I think the day and age of Arizona getting top 25 is over, to be blunt, or it's going to be rare because NIL is such a thing now.
Right.
It'll be super impressive. I always look at Utah as my measuring stick for recruiting, right? You get the occasional top 25, but you're probably closer to 35, 40, but large linemen, immediate impact guys on defense. That I think is a good scenario. And I know people are probably going to say like ASU's 19th. There isn't a world that exists where ASU is going to finish in the top 20 in recruiting. This early, the numbers are very skewed. It's top 35 recruiting is fine with me. It really is, because you have the transfer portal and it's just a different animal.
Yes. Now let's talk a little bit about why do people do this, Jason? You do this as well, Jason Scheer, but we like you, so we give you a pass.
Well, I do not.
You do, but why in the world do we pretend that we do not like players when they leave? One of your colleagues did the exact same thing, where he's like, "Oh, we're really not that good. He was kind of a mid-level player." You didn't say any of that when he was committed. I do not understand why people do this.
Dude, it's the we didn't want him anyway syndrome.
Yes, I don't understand why people do that. Like with Dajon Hinton, for example. That's another good comparison. Neither one of us said that Dajon Hinton wasn't good. We just said that Arizona chose Caleb Love over him. I do not understand why.
Yeah, I'm trying to back off that because you're right. I did used to do that. I'm trying to back. I've been pretty
much
good.
Better at it now, Jason Scheer. The new kinder Jason Scheer.
Yeah, I'm a very kind gentleman. Yeah, I mean it's coping, right? That's just what it is.
That's the new term, by the way, for 2024. Everybody says coping. And I don't know where it came from, but either way.
It's not a new term. It's not. You're just not hip, dude.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess I can't really. By the way, there is going to be a Phoenix Mercury show today at 6. We will be hopping in. Jason, we're going to be hopping in there, correct?
We dominated that show last time we were in there, so
it was all Nipsey Hussle lyrics, literally all Nipsey Hussle lyrics, and it was very good. Last time that I checked, there was 5 chains on my neck. Keep going.
There were 2 on Steven's neck that day.
Yeah, there were 2. There was no smut on my rep. Make $250,000, no sweat. Man, we're good. All right, now. So there's a lot more to football that we're going to get to. Jason Scheer does not know this, but he's also going to be coming on tomorrow as well.
I think I can come on tomorrow. There's one day this week that might be iffy. Cora has her eye doctor.
Okay. All right. Yes. That one we will absolutely give you a pass on, but the other ones you do not get a pass on as well. All right. 220 lives on a Monday. Very, very nice. Okay. Now let's get to a little bit of Arizona basketball because we watched it as well. But first, we got to clear up something here. This is one of the craziest things that I have ever come across. So
I think it's troll. Go ahead. But I think it's fake. I think it was trolling and he knew it would get this reaction. It's too stupid. Otherwise.
All right. But either way, we're going to talk about it one time. The barnacle the barnacle doctor. Let's see. Every time, Glenn, be nice to me. Every time Mike hears a new word, he thinks it's a new thing. Copium. All right. Here is the deal with Illinois. We never once, not once, ever said that Will Riley was a lock to Arizona. When we asked for proof of this, they couldn't find any proof of this. There was no proof. There was literally none. This was all made up. And again, but I've also never seen a fan base that is this excited about getting a 5-star. It's cool. It's awesome. Arizona gets those, man. We get like 12 of them in the last 10 years. Very, very, it's good for you. I also did not understand. But the real reason, though, that I think that they are this upset about it, I did not think about this, is because they do have a previously very soiled relationship with one of the few 5-stars they thought they were going to get. Jacob Franklin, let's see the video.
Oh, I remember this well.
This is why Illinois fans are so upset. I had not thought about it. Somebody messaged me this. I did not think about it. That is why Illinois fans are so upset. Because very rarely when they actually get in contention with a 5-star kid, he fooled them like that. So this is very, very personal for them. I get it. So that's kind of where we're at. Scheer, I do think that has something to do with it, though. Seriously.
No, I didn't think about that. And I've been doing this a long time. That's one of the meanest recruiting deals I've ever seen. Because Illinois, I mean, he was like their dream, right? He picked up that hat, and there's videos out there too of like fan reactions. I mean, it was downright mean to be blunt. But yeah, I mean. Think about this. Will Riley is the highest rated recruit in Illinois history.
Right.
I looked at their class. Do you know Adam Miller is like their 4th rated recruit ever?
Yeah, exactly. Adam Miller. Right.
It's wild. And then I was looking at Arizona, and I will say Arizona hasn't had a player as highly ranked as Will Riley in 5 years.
Okay. But I got another one.
I mean, it is a
I got another one for you, too. This is another thing, too. Did you know that ASU, Illinois, might as well be the same thing. Illinois Also has been to one Sweet 16 level in the last 19 years. This is not a program that anybody thinks about nationally. It just is what it is. Like I said, I did not think about this, and it's kind of a I should have thought about it, and I should have been more. That's my apology. I should have been more sympathetic to the fan base that is not used to this. And
this is really nice to you, Mike. This is very anyone that knows you. This is not the normal Mike.
No, this is not. I very much like, but I did watch that video probably 5 or 6 times and laugh. But what if Orlando Antigua was there at the time?
Well, look, I wasn't going to say this, but the rumor is that Arizona got 7 football commits this weekend because Orlando Antigua was hired as a member of its Arizona offensive coordinator, Orlando Antigua.
No, that was really the best one though. Michigan gets other good players, so that's kind of Michigan gets other good players.
The Orlando Antigua thing took a life of its own because all I said is Will Riley wasn't going to choose Illinois just because of Orlando Antigua.
Right.
And somehow Illinois fans turned this around to me saying Orlando Antigua sucks and blah, 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 blah. Will Riley's not going to Illinois. I've just never seen, even ASU fans don't twist around what we say as much as they have. It's awesome.
So it's really, really good. And like I said, I want to continue to, hopefully this will be the, you know what? I have thick skin. Bring it. All right. Now
we're going to talk more because they think Kylan Boswell is going to be all Big Ten, and we're going to have to watch that throughout the year.
That's the other one as well, is that I don't understand. We're going to get to recruiting. Sorry, this has been a very impactful weekend here. But the thing that I don't understand at all is the Kylan Boswell thing. Now, with all due respect, we hope that Kylan Boswell does we hope Kylan Boswell does well. He's, Kylan Boswell was not good enough to start next year. Period. Point blank. Jaden Bradley is better at basketball. That's it. Don't know what else to say.
Yeah. I'm very curious if this new Boswell that is posting pictures of him ripped and all that. Let's see what happens.
If you did it here, but it is what it is. Now, let's get to some Section 7 talk. But first. All right. Now, what do we got to get to here first? Let's see here. Oh, geez. Listen, I was talking earlier today with Ben White. And as we all know, Ben White is synonymous with OGs, the fruits and the creams. And listen, he's talked about it. He's excited about it. He might be making a trip down to Tucson here, and at which point we will get videos of the consumption of the fruits and the creams. He inhales those things like there is no tomorrow. But there's a reason he inhales them, because he is a smart man, Ben White. Now, he might not be for everybody, his style, but Ben White is a very smart guy, as is everybody else. Mr. Fruits and Creams. To learn more about OG's gummies and where you can find them, head on over to ogsbrands.com. Must be 21 up to enjoy responsibly. But little known fact, the Naturals are vegan gummies made with live rosin, available in a sweet clementine flavor. That might be a big thing for Ben White.
Wow. This is a big day for Ben.
This is a massive day for Ben White. Is still alive after all those fruits and creams. That's why we got to check on the young man. I mean, but you know what? He's young. He's got a great metabolism. He can consume probably anything. That's where we are at this point with Mr. Ben White. Check it out, though. OG's very, very good stuff. All right, now, let's get to some Section 7 talk. Now, I don't know if we've got the highlights in here or not. I should have asked Jacob Franklin. If not, we can play those tomorrow. Jacob Franklin, if you want to just message there if you have any highlights. But let's talk about some of the players that we watched all weekend. But first, we need to give a very, very big shout out to Mr. Jack Murphy and TJ Benson. Jack Murphy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very hard worker, Jack Murphy.
Yeah, these guys work their butts off. It's always funny to me when people think that like Arizona's recruiting staff at first that changed, but just thought they sat around and all that. They don't. These environments, it's easier because it's in one location, but you're still the first one in the gym and the last one to leave, and that's important. Like we talked to recruits that said that's important. So those guys, those guys work their butts off. Very, very interested in seeing what Tommy Lloyd does with replacing Foy.
All right. Now, did Scheer, Eric Paz said, did Scheer? No, I did not blow up the new car with the odors. That will be going up to.
Dude, I'm telling you, you think I'm kidding. If you do that, Shelby will kick you out of the car.
What if I'm just blowing out the fruits and the creams?
If it smells like fruits and creams, you're fine.
Okay, that's what are they? Smell good. They were not.
But I'm telling you, you better get an Uber ready.
Okay, now we need to talk about Jack Murphy though for a second. We're going to get to the players. You gave me a compliment, Jason Scheer. Very few and far between. Very few and far between. About when I lured Jack Murphy over to talk with us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell the story.
Force people to talk to you, but not in a bad way. I've just never seen anything like it.
So basically, Jack Murphy's watching the game like any normal assistant coach is. And then I looked back and I was like, Murph, get over here, dude. And then we ended up just talking to Murph for like 20 minutes or I don't know, maybe even longer. And Murph definitely sided with me on some of our arguments. That's for sure.
Yeah. We can't make them public because.
Yeah, but Scheer took a big L.
I took a little bit of a loss, but we'll see. I'm still confident in my.
We will see. You know? We will see. But yes, I felt very, very good about it, though. And Murph also flicked my ear as well. That was very, very.
Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. And Murph flicked my ear with Bill Self and Scott Drew right in front of us. Mm-hmm. So, and we got to hang out with Frank Caliendo. Oh, Scheer did. Frank Caliendo. Frank Caliendo likes Scheer. Yeah. I'm very calming, he said, which Shelby is still making fun of.
Oh, by the way, listen to this. So here's what Caliendo said about Scheer. This is very good. This is the new. Oh, by the way, so Scheer, we got to give an update. Big news for Scheer. We got to give you an update. You gave a very strong handshake to Frank Caliendo, and he very much appreciated it, Scheer.
Yeah, come on.
All right. So here's what Frank Caliendo says. He says, hold on, let me find this here. All right. Here's what Caliendo messages me. I might like Scheer more than I like you now. And I said, should be easy. You don't like me. And he said, I actually do. But Scheer is calming, even with his lack of eye contact. You guys are actually a good yin and yang. And I said, def. And then he said, are you going there today? And I was like, nope, got to prepare for the radio. And then he says, tough being Mike Luke. And I said, nearly impossible. And he says, your best line ever. I got a compliment from Frank Caliendo. So anyways, now let's talk about some of these players. Oh, TJ Benson, by the way, when TJ Benson's not working out at the gym, TJ Benson is out working his butt off. Ricardo Foy, moving on. They need to hire TJ Benson. That is our guy.
Yeah, I would assume it'll be TJ or Rem. I mean, obviously, we love TJ. We'll see. All right.
Well, that's what we like. Rem retweeted my tweet though about how hard Jack Murphy and TJ Benson work.
Rem's a good dude. They're all good dudes. And Foy isn't official yet, so don't look for anything to happen. There's some stuff with Foy's visa, which is why the Kings haven't announced it yet. Arizona isn't going to acknowledge it until the Sacramento Kings do.
Oh, look at this. Glenn taking even more shots. Mike used the foam fingers to wave Murphy over. So, that's not fair. That's not fair. Orlando Tigre in it for Foy. Very, very good. All right, but now let's get to some real stuff. Tunde Yesufu. You believe that Tunde Yesufu is probably the best player in the class. I like Tunde. I think he's very good. He's very good in college. I will say this, though. He is a lot of the national folks were at all of his games, Jason Scheer. We do not like this.
He is not the best player in the class.
You changed your opinion.
You left because that's what you do, and you missed probably the best game I've ever seen him play.
Really?
He won against Burries' team, and it was a joke. Like, he had 27 points, 12 rebounds. I think he had 3 or 4 3-pointers. One of them is a step-back 3. He is a 3-man now. Like, last year, he was an undersized 4. You worried about what he could do and all that. He is a 3-man, 100%. He doesn't even want to be called a power forward. You will not land him if you are a school that mentions power forward. But yeah, I mean, he is, when we went into the show leading up to that, we both said we want to see him, how his offensive game has come about. That game against Burries, he was just awesome.
Yeah, you know what? He feels very much like a Big 12 player as well. That's the other thing to keep in mind. Very.
You did mention, I mean, Kansas, Bill Self saw him. Scott Drew was at all of games. UCLA is probably, from what I've heard, is going to now pick it up with him.
Muss was there.
Muss
With the shirt on.
Yeah, he's visiting Muss this weekend. This is a recruitment that's not ending anytime soon. Right now, it's not all about the money. We'll see when it happens. Look, I'm going to be honest. When I see Bill Self and Scott Drew under the basket, I turned to you and I said, forget it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
it was partly a joke, but at the same time, it probably wasn't, because when you see Drew and Self under the basket, it's like, well, we know where this is heading.
I like Bill Self a great deal, but Bill Self really throws me off in person.
It's the hair.
He's got this fake. He's got this fake hair. It's like a combination thing. It's fake and it's like orange, and it's.
I nailed the comparison. I like Bill Self, but Bill Self's hair looks like Ellen DeGeneres' hair.
It does. It's really disconcerting up close. It's I don't like it. Bill.
By the way, I rode an elevator with Scott Drew.
Oh, big Scott Drew. By the way, Scott Drew is really a
big loss for me.
Is that as big an L?
Yeah, big loss for me. Great dude too. Yeah. Also, Bobby Hurley held the elevator for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did he bow down?
He held it for me in and out of the elevator. I said, thanks, Bobby.
You deserve that. Okay.
I wasn't asking about Satan, but I did it.
No, it's not. It sounds around us. It's not a toupee. It looks like fake hair that was put in or something, and it's like colored orange.
I think it looks like, I don't know what it is. It's not a toupee.
It's not a toupee. But doesn't it look like what they do with like the fake hair stuff now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Everyone loves them. Everyone loves them. Everyone.
Mike, do you like David Kelly at 1290? I have no opinion on David Kelly. He's a nice guy.
Everyone loves Bill Self.
What's that?
Everyone loves Bill Self.
Yes, exactly. Everyone loves Bill Self. He's very either way. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay, now let's get back to Brayden Burries. Brayden Burries, very, very good basketball player. He is the top priority, I would say, in the entire class. If Jaden Bradley goes on to the if Jaden Bradley goes on to the NFL, or almost at the NFL, if Jaden Bradley goes off to the NBA, this would be obviously the point guard, the starter from day one. I like Brayden Burries a lot. Scheer's come around on him as well. Scheer's good.
By the way, it's amazing how Shane Diefenbach does this.
This Shane Diefenbach is amazing at how he does this.
But yeah, I think Burries was the best player that I saw this weekend. Right. I just think, look at that, right? Like, and he missed it, but he made a lot of those. I think he shot like 50% from three. He plays really hard every play, defends, scores, passes. We have him listed as a combo guard. He is not a combo guard. He is a point guard. He is a 6'4" point guard who is going to have offers from everyone by the end of the week.
He can go wherever he wants. He's awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance it's shaping up to be an Arizona UCLA battle. But we saw like Bill Self happened to be watching Tunde, and Burries goes off. Does Bill Self say to himself, yeah, you know what, let's give this a try?
Yes, exactly. So we will, but Glenn, I have a full head of hair though, so I can make fun of it.
I have hair. I just cut it off. I don't understand.
Glenn, I have a full set of hair. I can always make fun. I can say what I want when I want. All right, now let's see here. What else do we got here? Bill Self sprays his hair on.
I'm a Gilbert Perry player. That's a big deal.
Let's talk about Gilbert Perry here in a second. But the first thing, though, that I want to talk about for a second is these kids that are naming UCLA. Why would you go to UCLA ever? And I mean this, ever. Because you have a coach that will always throw you under the bus. Every single time you are, he will throw you under the bus. He will call you dumb. He will say that he can't believe he doesn't have a better roster. I have never understood why in the world he would anybody would go to UCLA. Period.
Yeah, it's local, right?
Okay.
Like guys, he's not going national here. Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to tell a kid to go where he goes, but there's always school choices that kind of confuse you a little bit.
Jervis Williams, the great Jervis Williams, playing for UCLA builds character. I guess you could say that. All right, now let's get to another one. Bruce Branch. I pinned Bruce Branch as being a top 5 prospect in the country in his class. I was the first one to say it. I was right, Scheer. This kid's fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know if he's top 5, but he's very good. Yeah, I mean, I would offer him. How about that? I'll just say that now. I would offer him. He's young. You can tell he's young when you watch him. Needs to get stronger and all that. Was a little bit inconsistent, but clearly a very good prospect.
Yeah, I don't understand. This is another one too. Look at this. Look at this. Shane Diefenbach. These are like 3 different games. I didn't know Shane was in any of these games.
Shane actually flew to a different state in Nebraska to film this game.
I mean, this is really, really impressive stuff from Shane. But no, joking aside, this kid's fantastic, though. You can tell that this kid's he looks very young as well. You can tell his best basketball is definitely in front of him.
I think the 2000, just the vibe I got this weekend, I think the 2027 class is going to be really good. There were a lot of guys, and that makes me feel old saying that, but there were a lot of guys in the 2027 class this weekend that were very impressive.
All right, well, either way, I don't even know if we should give Shane credit for that, but that was very, very impressive stuff. We continue to approve of all of that. Now, another thing that we need to approve of as well is the Desert Financial Credit Union. Listen, here's the deal with the Desert Financial Credit Union. You might look at us. You might say, man, those guys need $200. And guess what? You would be right. We 1,000% need $200. We deserve $200, just like Jacob Franklin. Jacob Franklin's a little under the weather today. He could probably use $200. So check it out. Either way, the Desert Financial Credit Union, here's the deal, Scheer. We've driven by this place many, many a time. This is true.
All the time.
All the time, exactly. And the great thing about Desert Financial, when you open a free checking account online, get 200 in bonuses. Get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. Now, let's say that you don't know the difference between a safety and a quarterback. And you might say to yourself, man, I could really use some money to get rid of this ASU education and go somewhere else. I would say get to the Desert Financial Credit Union, get those $200 right there. All kinds of very, very good stuff. Okay, now, Scheer, let's get back. Xavion Staten. We watched Xavion Staten as well. We had a long conversation with Bruce Pascoe about Staten,
his tattoo. He's got a shin tattoo.
Yeah, and he was wearing different colored shoes. We'll get to Bruce in a second here. But no, Shane literally messaged me when he got this dunk right, or the dunk before. Shane literally messaged me and he said, dude, I've been like doing this the whole time and this guy's not doing anything. Xavion Staten hurt him and then he got a dunk. Listen, I like the kid. You can tell he's got a lot of potential. He's very tall, obviously. He's very thin. I don't believe that he's ready to come in and be a starter immediately, which he's not. But I do think that he is. If he's a 2-year player, he's awesome in his second year. It'll be interesting to see because Arizona's likely going to have Mo Krivas and Tobe Awaka.
It's an interesting scout, right? Because, like you said, as a freshman, I don't know what he is. He could literally lead college basketball in shots blocked his sophomore year, with strength. Like, look at, I mean.
Yeah,
just like look at this. Like he is I think he averaged 5 block shots a game this past weekend. That is he reminds me of Koloko a little bit, right?
Right.
Like
it reminds me a lot of Koloko, honestly.
Like he could absolutely, by the time it's said and done, be one of the best defenders in college basketball if he remains patient and knows, hey, I'm gonna have to. And he's a really nice kid, right? Seems to have a good perspective. So if he says, look, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to spend 2-3 years if I have to there, he's going to be really good. And you take him, no brainer. I'm going to be blunt. If he wants to be one and done, Arizona's probably not the place for him. And I think Tommy Lloyd will straight up tell him that. And you know, UNLV is probably telling him the opposite, right? Like UNLV is probably saying, we'll start you right away and play you 35 minutes, stuff like that.
Look at Brad Rich's question.
Pasco has a shin tattoo for sure.
All right, so
I like Staten. I would offer him real quick because I like to just put a little scoop on your show, Mike. He was going to visit this upcoming weekend, but from what I understand, they're like rewiring McHale Center,
right,
or something like that for ESPN Plus and the Big 12. So they pushed that visit back because McHale doesn't have power like the whole weekend.
We will get to Dame Sar in a second. Dame Sar's coach, by the way, a new friend of mine, Dame Sar. But he did tell me, though, that we are not pronouncing it right. We will pronounce it right. Scheer, say it right now. Dame.
Dame Sar, and should we say the scoop that we got about him?
Sure, go ahead.
His grades aren't nearly as bad as people are making them out to be.
People are making it out like the grades are bad. They are not bad. I am responsible for the scoop, even though the scoop was told to both of us. Yeah. I was responsible for that.
And no, he's not a lock. I wouldn't call him a lock. I think there's some things that have to be worked out, right?
Some things got to be worked out, but Arizona is very, very much in the picture for him. I do believe that things will work themselves out. How about that? Bruce, let's talk about Bruce here for a second, and then we'll get back to players. So I don't hate tattoos, Scott Schlittenhardt. I just said tattoos are not for me. I will not. My skin is way too white to get tattoos.
No, but aren't you going to show the people you have the back of the A tattoo right above your butt crack?
Yeah, I will not. I do not have a back the A tramp stamp. I will not get a back the A tramp stamp. But if somebody wants to get one, I will gladly put it out there.
Would you pay for it? Like if someone texted you and said, if you pay for it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. If somebody wants out there to get a back the A tramp stamp tattoo, I will pay for it too. Yep. I will absolutely pay for this. Should that be our show clip?
Yeah, maybe. Or what if they got like the Circle K logo?
Back the K and back the A?
I will chip in if someone's willing to do that.
Okay, this is our clip. This is really, really good stuff. Okay, yes. That was let's see here. We got to do it. Oh, twin mama. Maybe she is in the market for a new tattoo.
Yeah.
Yes, very back the A and back the K tattoo. Very, very good. Maybe Glenn.
Back the A has just so many meanings when it's down. You know.
Maybe Glenn would get one as well. Who knows?
Erica, are you in here still?
Erica, are you in here? Get in here. Oh, Erica. Does Erica have a tattoo?
I don't think she does. If she does, it's not visible.
I don't know that Erica. I don't know that great Erica L. Day has a tattoo. So we will. I don't know, or not that I've seen. But yes, exactly. Get back the A tattooed on your forehead. Back the A tramp stamp is quite the pun. Erica L. Day has 2 tattoos. Where are they?
Erica.
Hey, where are these tattoos? Because they're clearly not visible. Cisco is very good, by the way. Saguaro beat Bishop O'Dowd, which was actually very nice. I messaged that as well. Saguaro is going to be the best team in the entire city by a good mile. My leg and my ribs.
Your ribs, those hurt.
Yikes. Erica, very.
This one on your leg and Mike's face on your ribs.
Yeah. Oh no. Let's not act like Erica doesn't have my face tatted on her ribs.
By the way, Mike, I looked it up. Saguaro beat Bishop O'Dowd. Yep. Lost to Loyola by 25, Auburn by 15, and beat Foot. So they went 2-2.
The O'Dowd win got my attention, though.
Wait. She has a fish in a bag on her ribs. How did we not know this? Erica, please send us a picture immediately.
Yeah, send us these pictures, and we will talk about this in the PHNX Mercury Live stream.
We need pictures immediately.
People need to fish in a bag. Mike Luke, same thing. Wow, you must really like a fish in a bag.
Mike does look like a goldfish when you think about it.
I do. I was. Oh, by the way, Illinois fans were calling me a dweeb. Correct. You're right. But.
Dweeb.
Yeah, I am a dweeb, dude. I'm 100% a dweeb. So I was looking at that. One guy messages me that, and then we'll get back to basketball here in a second. One guy messages me and he says, "You're a dweeb." And I said, "Correct." And then he just responds back to it and he goes, "Well, don't know what to say to that." Buzz off. Shoo. All right. Now, there are no Illinois fans in the chat. I'm very surprised by that, by the way. All right. But anyways, let's get back now to a little bit of Arizona basketball, because on this show, we stay on topic. We do not get off topic at all. So we talked about it a little bit before. Cam Holmes as well. Let's get a little bit of Cam Holmes. Cam Holmes is another one that I do not understand why he's considering UCLA. He is very, very good, though. We like Cam Holmes. Look at this. He is a better prospect than his brother at the same stage, and his brother is a first-round pick. This kid is going to make a lot of money, Jason Scheer.
This was the best I've seen Cam Holmes play this whole weekend. Really did a little bit of everything. He is a better prospect at this age than his brother was. And, he's got the right approach. Like the whole family is just cool. Like Dajon Holmes is going to be in the green room in 2 days, and here he was. I think Cam Holmes is on a flight out there now, and Dajon Holmes was on the Millennium bench coaching. And
Right.
like I did an interview with him, and all he wanted to talk about was Kingston Tosi, another guy who I hope gets recruited by more schools. Holmes is just a really good dude. I don't think he's very focused in on recruiting right now. His dad, I think, is taking care of a lot of it. He's still 2026, but top priority for Arizona. And right, no brainer.
Does his dad have some Jalen Williams dad's vibes to him, where he's probably been somebody that's done a lot of really just good stuff behind the scenes and not a lot?
Yeah. I saw him. He's not very tall either.
Jalen
I don't know
Williams'
what
dad.
All of them. Cody Williams, Jalen Williams was all over the event. I'm surprised you didn't find him. The dad was not there though. I looked.
Oh, Erica L. Day just sent their picture of this thing. Interesting. Can we put this on? Can we show this?
No, we can't.
Oh, we definitely can't show this picture. We can't show this picture.
I like the one on the leg better, Erica.
I did not know about this tattoo on the leg, though. I did not get this one at all, but whatever. All right, now, what else?
Erica's wearing the COVID mask in this picture, Mike.
The COVID mask. Yes, this was clearly done in 2020, or maybe she was hanging out with Ben One White. Who knows? But no nude offers. Oh, we got to talk about another kid that Arizona needs to offer. I do not understand why he's not been offered already. We do not have any video of him, but he does exist. Akina Alozi. This kid is 1,000% good enough. Arizona needs to offer him. They need to get Brayden Burries in 2025 and then Akina Alozi in 2026. Very, very good stuff all the way around, Jason Scheer.
The problem is this weekend that his games were at the same time, every single game as Holmes and Burries. And look, Tommy does it differently, and it's not a bad thing where he doesn't offer until he sees the kid. And Tommy has to see the kid, and Tommy really hasn't seen Alozi. He watched Alozi one game this weekend, and it was the worst game he played all weekend. Watched him a little bit yesterday, but had to leave early due to some family stuff. And, yeah, I mean, look.
Scheer, here's where it bothers me. I can watch highlights for 5 seconds.
I know. I get it. And I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just Tommy has to see a guy multiple times before he offers, makes the offer special. And I think Alozi eventually gets one. I don't know when that is. He's clearly good enough, but it is what it is.
Now let's get back to something that ASU can't talk about. Dajon Hinton commitment. This is for the Desert Financial Credit Union. Okay, this is a branded segment for the Desert Financial Credit Union. It is called the I don't know exactly what it's called. Hold on, let me look at this. Hold on. Desert Financial Credit Union. Well, basically here, this commitment is brought to you by Desert Financial Credit Union. All kinds of really good stuff at Desert Financial Credit Union. Check it out. Dajon Hinton. The transaction of the day is Dajon Hinton, my friends. We believe that he's going to turn out to be a 4-star. He's very, very good. So here's the deal. This is presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union named by Forbes. Erica L. Day uses this one as well. So again, that is this is the transaction of the day, Jason Scheer. We like Dajon Hinton. We will not have any of this nonsense about how he is not good. We didn't want him. He is going to be a 4-star kid. You're going to make it happen. You basically guaranteed that earlier in the show.
Yeah, it's my #1 job. I already got Sione Tohi. He's already going to move up in the next rankings. Yeah, Hinton's good. We need to stop it. We need to stop it as a collective community, Arizona, ASU, Illinois, all fans. If a kid is good and he goes to another school, still say that he is good. If you don't think he is good, then when he commits to your school, say what you mean.
This is one of your best metamorphoses because you used to always do this.
Yeah, I don't do this anymore. I'm all in.
All right. So that was your transaction of the day from the Desert Financial Credit Union. We are very, very appreciative of this. Now, what else? Let's see who we have. See what other reads we got here. Let's see. OG's Desert. Oh, and no better time to become a PHNX diehard. Now, if you're not doing anything at 6, and let's be honest, nobody's doing anything at 6. We're all home. We're all looking for things to do. You will join the Erica L. Day show on the PHNX Mercury. You will see us in the chat. We will be having a good time. Erica, I need you to remind me about this, though, because I'm all over the place. So that is become a PHNX diehard. Support Erica as well. Any names you want to throw out for the local boys? Stock rising. I mean, as much as I like local basketball, nobody is Nobody is Arizona good. Cisco's awesome, but he's also 5'7".
In Tucson, nobody. No.
Nobody. Yeah, this is not a situation where there's a Terrell Stoglin or a Bryce Cotton where you're like, could see it working. But Saguaro, very good, though. I went to Saguaro, so that is a very good thing. And that goes for you, Scheer. Why does Mike need a reminder? Isn't he the producer of this show? We still have to have this discussion. Jacob Franklin is not feeling well today, so we will not force Jacob Franklin on the show. But I am going to continue to bring this up on a weekly basis to the powers that be. But, all right, before we sign off, we will be back tomorrow. Jason Scheer, Glenn in here as well, being a good person. I think I got on Glenn's nerves yesterday. Glenn, get used to it. I like getting on people's nerves. But Scheer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop Podcast with Shelby at Jason Scheer on Twitter.
All right. Now, I am merely Mike Luke, as you know, and but all of you, you're all fantastic. Very much appreciate you guys all. No, Bryce Cotton did not. Did Bryce Cotton? No, he did not have an offer. He had Providence at the last second. That was it. But Arizona also didn't recruit Jordan Mays, though. Hold on, where were you? Oh, an Illinois fan came in here. Very nice. Oh, very nice. I waited till the end.
I was in the bar in Anaheim with Shelby.
Well, you know where? Hey, you know where we were? I was actually getting ready to watch this video. Jacob Franklin, can you pull up the Cliff Alexander video again, please?
What's funny is the guy saying that was probably like 4 years old.
Right, exactly. This is why Illinois fans are so butthurt, because they're not used to recruiting 5-star kids, and when they get in on one, they end up not taking them. So that was it. Very, very funny, though. We appreciate you hopping in at the end of the show, though. And again, also, guess where we were the last 19 years when Illinois has made one Sweet 16? We were here. But on that note, for Jason Scheer, we will be back tomorrow at 10:30. Very, very enjoyable for all of this. Hopefully more Illinois fans next time. You are listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.